Hello. Yeah. Welcome to my wrap up of Monday Night Raw. Sorry it's slightly late. It's like 3:40 in the morning if you're watching in the UK. Um, Hi Johnny, if you're on again. Cheers, mate. You're a star. Yeah. So just reacting to Monday Night Raw. To be honest, I don't think this is going to last too long because continuing a recent theme, this was not the best Monday Night Raw that I have ever seen, to be honest. I wouldn't say I'm getting worried because obviously WWE has done a lot of pay per views recently. Obviously, you've had Evolution, obviously, you've had Night of Champions, and then they've gone straight into a build for SummerSlam, which is a two-nighter. So I can kind of understand. Obviously, they're trying to keep performers um, healthy for the big main events, especially SummerSlam, because it's like one of the big two at the end of the day. I mean, it's like Summer's WrestleMania. Obviously, Rawlins just literally, legitimately got injured, so I can understand from their point of view why why Raw hasn't been the greatest, really, to be completely honest. But yeah, to be honest, I spent most of the night uh, watching along through Denise Salcedo's uh, watch along kind of thing because it was like probably far more entertaining than Monday Night Raw. Um, yeah, no, she actually shouted me out as well. Actually, like Denise is in the Denise Salcedo. I actually put a comment on her feed saying something along the lines of it was when the women's match happened. And sorry, I'm still a little bit laddish to this day. Um, and when Rhea Ripley came out, I put something along the lines of, "Oh, I'm very glad the missus is asleep while I'm watching this." To be fair, and Denise Salcedo actually laughed at it, so I was like, "That was well good." Yeah, shout out to Denise Salcedo. If you guys ever want to watch Raw with someone, I know I don't do like watch alongs. It's something I'm interested in doing when the audience builds up a little bit. But yeah, no, she is like the best watch along person out there. To be honest, proper good, very nice lady. Anyway, um, so Monday Night Raw. Um, Yeah, I don't know where to start really, to be honest. I mean, it was a bit of a weird one because obviously they did the tribute to Hulk Hogan at the start. Obviously, it goes without saying Hogan was a massive part of Raw back in the day and a big part of WWE. Feelings aside, obviously he has to be honoured because, like, whatever personally anyone thinks about Hulk Hogan, I have my opinions, but we probably would not be watching Monday Night Raw and WWE take Terry Bollea out of the whole thing without Hulk Hogan and Vince McMahon. Unfortunately, we're not watching what we're watching now. I mean, it's as simple as that. Unfortunately, I mean, you can argue about what both of those two are like, but we wouldn't have pro wrestling as it is today without Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan. It's as simple as that. Like, fortunately or unfortunately, whatever side of the fence that you fall on, basically. So, yeah, there was a tribute to Hogan. So it wasn't the Triple H thing that he did on SmackDown. It was just like a video package kind of thing. And they brought all the wrestlers out again. Triple H did a speech. Stephanie was hugging his arm, and yeah, it was what it was basically. After that, we had Jey Uso coming out. So they started it and bookended it with Jey Uso, um, which I'll get onto in a minute. But basically, Paul Heyman comes out and was like, "Can you trust Roman Reigns? Is he who you think he is?" Started having a go at Rikishi, which I cannot imagine because I watch Rikishi's like interviews that he does, and I cannot imagine that's going to go without comment because Rikishi is proper. He's like a Yorkshireman basically. He's proper say it how it is. So I'd imagine he'll be commenting on that. Actually, Jey Uso, to be fair, that was a really good promo. To be fair, really good. I've written a line down here actually. He actually said something along the lines of, "We're gonna run this shit back." Sorry for swearing. I do apologise. Hopefully YouTube won't pick me up for it. But yeah, and he nearly said the F word as well. Like he was proper on fire with that promo. To be fair, but yeah, no, it was pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, so we had Jey Uso coming out. Next match was, and I have actually got comments on this. It was AJ Styles and the Kabuki Warriors versus the Judgment Day and Dominic Mysterio. So it was in Raquel and Roxanne Perez. Um, it was an okay match, like the rest of Raw. It was basically that match summed up Raw. It was just okay. It wasn't awful by any stretch of the imagination, but it was just an okay show. Basically, it was an okay match. I've got a bit of an issue with the way that Oscar's currently being booked. So obviously she's come back. She's had a big build up from being injured for like ages and ages and ages, and like yeah, so she's come back. Lost at Night of Champions to Jade Cargill, so obviously she's lost her opportunity at the women's belt basically, and all of a sudden it's like, hey look, here's Kairi Sane, let's put the Kabuki back Warriors back together, yay! And it's like, well, hang on, wait a minute, what are we doing with Oscar? Like, why is she just being thrown back into a tag team all of a sudden when she was like built up to go for the women's world title? I honestly, the booking for that, I do not understand at all. I think it's borderline ridiculous, to be honest. Like Oscar for me. Um, let's have a look. Hi, Septo, you're all right, mate. The booking for me for Oscar is appalling. To be honest, I'm going to be quite blunt about this. I think it's absolutely appalling. Like for me, she's one of the best. Never mind women's wrestlers, she's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and like I don't understand why she's just been thrown back into a tag team. It's really weird. Um, Name a football player for an edit. I'm a Liverpool fan, so we'll go with Mo Salah. Cheers, dude. Um, yeah, no, that's just a personal thing for me, but I don't understand why Oscar is being booked in the manner that she is. It's just really weird. But anyway, it was an okay tag team match, basically. Give me a shout if your name is Marie Antoinette. No, that's not my name. But yeah, cool. Um, yeah, no, it was an okay match. But like I said, I've just written down that I'm so disappointed in the Oscar booking. It's just really weird to build her up like that, and then just throw her in a tag team. Like I get that Kyrie needs something to do as well, and obviously you've got the belts taken up by Stratton, and Naomi, and this, that, and the other, and I do get that, and I do understand, but I just think it's really poor, to be honest. Um, After that, it didn't really get much better. We had a backstage segment with Sheamus and Grayson Waller. Grayson kind of plucked up his courage and said, I'm going to fight you. And Sheamus said, all right, banger after banger after banger and all that business. And then Grayson Waller turns around to the New Day to back him up, and basically they'd run off. Basically, I mean, that was kind of funny. Um, yeah, I mean, again, the match was what it was. It was okay, I guess. Grayson Waller does have a very good upside. I just think they need to take him from a comedy wrestler because that's what he is at the moment. It's just comedy, and like he's not getting over. And like this lad can go. Like, he's obviously very talented. So I get that you need comedy in wrestling, and I do understand that. But I just don't. Again, he's another one. I don't really get what they're doing with him. Um, where he and the New Day go from here, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, with a lot of Raw, but it's really weird. Sheamus ends up getting the win. Rusev comes in, attacks Sheamus with his stick thing, whatever it's called, and then like puts him in the accolade and like um, stands tall over Sheamus. It's like, yeah, fine, okay. Later in the night, Rusev actually said that they're going to finish it off next Monday, wherever Raw is. I'm like, do we need Sheamus and Rusev for a third time? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're really good matches. That match at Raw last week was absolutely brilliant. It was really, really good, but yeah, I don't know. It's just really, really odd to be honest. Let's have a look. Grace Baptiste said hi. Hi, Grace. You all right? How you doing? Thank you for watching the stream. Um, yeah. After that, there was an interview with Naomi, who I love Naomi. I'm sorry, I will put my neck on the line. I think Naomi is the best heel working in the business at the minute. I think she's bloody brilliant, and that smile. Um, oh, thank you very much. Um, you finished the edit. Oh, nice one, Septo. Cheers, lad. Um, that smile that Naomi does. I don't know how many of you are horror fans, but I'm sorry, she needs to be cast in Smile Free. Like, it's proper creepy. I think, honestly, I think Naomi's brilliant. I proper popped when she won the title the other day. Um, yeah, I just think she's absolutely outstanding. Heel work, cadence, match quality, high flyer, blah blah blah. Please number. Yeah, I can't really give that out, Grace. To be honest, not sure if the wife would be too pleased with that. Yeah. So after that, we had. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes because it's like really, really late in the UK and I'm proper tired. You had Lyra coming out, Lyra Valkyria cutting a promo. Um, the only constructive thing I'll say with Lyra is she's really close to being a really good promo. I mean, she's proved herself last month. She's an outstanding wrestler, and the fire that she's had is really, really good. And I think she can go a long way in the business. She's she's not quite there with the promos. She's very close, but it's still she delivers the promos really well now. A lot better than she did 2 or 3 months ago. It's probably from working with Bex and Bailey, to be fair. But it still kind of sounds like she's reading from a script, if you see what I mean. So she's carrying it out really good. Um, but she's yeah, it's still kind of wooden a little bit. I mean, when Bex came in and tried to attack her, she solved that really well. She basically got a kendo stick and beat the living tar out of Bex. So her fire and stuff and that and her work as a face is very good. But she's not quite there, but she's very close. I do enjoy a lot of what Lyra does now, but she just needs to work a little bit more on the promos for me. Um, After that, we had Chelsea Green versus Chelsea Green, Secret Hervis, and Naomi versus Stephanie Bakir, Rhea Ripley, Io, and who else was it? Nikki Bella. Um, I don't think there was a best match tonight, to be completely honest. Um, this was the funnest match. I mean, it wasn't the best wrestling match I've ever seen. Look, at the end of the day, you've got 8 women in a like 8 woman tag match. At the end of the day, it's not going to be like a scientific masterclass. But all 8 women tried the hardest. Chelsea Green was really funny in it. To be fair, that bit where she slapped Rhea Ripley and then basically um, basically pooed herself, tried to run away, and then Steph Fakir like knocks her back in. Um, did you miss Attitude Era? No, dude, no. I was one of those that watched the whole thing the whole way through. I love the Attitude Era IPO. Absolutely loved it. I started basically. I can you search edit for Geek Boy Meta 7381? I will do, mate. I will do. Basically, I'm going to record this though, and then I'm going to bed because it's like 2 minutes to 4 in the UK at the minute, and I need to get some sleep. But I'll have a search for it, buddy. Did I miss the Attitude Era? No. So basically, I started watching wrestling in '89. So I grew up, for better or worse, as a Hulkamaniac. Loved the Ultimate Warrior. Virgil, randomly for some reason, was one of my favourites. Bret Hart and all that. Did WWE lose its child? Um, yeah, and then I kind of didn't watch it for about 6 years, and all of a sudden I came back in the Attitude Era. It was one night after my old fella died, a couple of months afterwards, and I'm watching TV like flipping the channels, and then I click onto wrestling, and there's this bloke in black trunks and black boots, like smashing the living you know what out of Chainsaw Charlie, Mick Foley, I think, and Billy and Road Dog. And I was like, who the hell is this guy? Like, why is he drinking beer on the top row? And it turned out it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that's what got me back into it. So yeah, mate, I love the Attitude Era. Has it lost its charm? What was your reaction? Undertaker losing WrestleMania. Right, two things. Three things, mate. Oh, cheers for that. Cheers for that, Septo. Did WWE lose its charm compared to the Attitude Era? Yes. It's not even close. Like, the Attitude Era is the greatest era in wrestling for me. Simple as that. So in comparison, has it lost its charm? Probably yes, but then again, I'm a 4 to 6 year old man watching pro wrestling, whereas there's like 17, 8 year olds watching it, having the time of their lives now. So it's not for me to tell them that it's not as good, but I mean, it just is not as good. In my opinion, it's as simple as that. What was your reaction when Undertaker lose to WrestleMania? So I went out with a group of lads. I'm from Leeds. Me and all the lads went out, and you know what it's like when you go out with a group of lads. You go out, have a few beers. There's chaos literally going on. And we're all having a really good time. And then Taker versus Lesnar turned up, and we were all like, "Oh well, it's an Undertaker match. He'll win at the last minute." Blah 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 blah. And then when the bell rang and Lesnar won, like the bar that I went to in Leeds, which is called Carpe Diem, it was silence, like proper, proper silence. Like people couldn't believe it. And then there was one or two of the locals, because obviously I'm from Yorkshire, who went absolutely mental, like going, "That's bloody ridiculous," blah blah blah. And it was like that. One of my mates actually punched a wall. Another one of the lads threw his, I think another one of the lads threw his pint at like the video screen, this, that, and the other, and I just went outside and went, "What the hell was that all about?" So yeah, to answer your question, Ipo, we were not pleased to say the least, to be honest. But I don't know. It is what it is. I think that personally, I'm one of these people. I think the streak should have just remained, and Taker should have gone undefeated. I mean, that match that they did to equal the thing out when Roman Reigns beat Taker was just embarrassing. To be honest, it was really, really bad. I mean, I actually liked his last match against AJ Styles, the cinematic one, obviously during COVID. I thought that was actually really well done, and like, I mean, it would have been nice if they could have just retired Taker beating. I mean, I don't know, like Cena or something like that in a very quick match, and then he retires with a 24, whatever it would be, 24-0 record, and then just leave it at that. But I actually thought they were going to try and restart this with Bianca Belair until this summer, because I think she'd been 4 WrestleManias without losing. So yeah, I don't know, mate. It is what it is, but I wasn't pleased, to answer that. RIP Diogo Jota. Yeah, absolutely, lads. Absolutely. If there are any Liverpool fans watching this wrestling stream, because I'm noticing there's a lot of people on my channel who are crossing over, because I do lots of different things, like I cover horror, wrestling, Liverpool, blah blah blah. I'm actually going to Anfield to pay my respects to Diogo, because I've got tickets for the Liverpool friendly next Monday. So yeah, that's going to be proper emotional. Stole that man shit. Oh, dude, that would be. Let's have a look. Yes, JC Lassell. Stole that man shit. Like, dude, I don't actually understand why was he stealing his shoes for? That was really weird. I don't know. Is this some random American thing that we're not privy to in England? It was really funny, but I just didn't understand why was he stealing bro's shoes for? That's just like, I can understand his shirt, ripping his shirt off, but his shoes? It's like, why do you want Roman Reigns' shoes? That's really weird. Yeah, that was bizarre. Am I in the stock market? Not as far as I know, IPO, to be honest. I wouldn't trust me in the stock market. Like I can barely do my seven times tables, lad. So no, definitely not. That was literally strong arm robbery. Call the cops. I think they're still trying to deal with Solo from last week, lad. To be fair, um, yeah, hi Smokey Fontaine. Yeah, that I like I said, it was really funny, but I just didn't understand why on earth are we stealing Roman Reigns' shoes for? Well, like back in the day, like Stone Cold Steve Austin was being hung from crucifixes, and like The Rock was like pushing Stone Cold in off a bridge, and Bret Hart was burying people in WCW in deserts, and like we've now got people stealing people's shoes. I I don't know. It was unintentionally very, very hilarious though, so I pass. Don't know, lad, don't know. Yeah, so after the women's match, I'm just looking at my notes again. We had um, the LWO came out against the Judgment Day. And then they cut to a break, and like the women were celebrating in the background, and Rhea basically went up to Io. So Io was holding her arm, and then she's just like, "Oh, like I'm definitely going to beat you." It's like you've never beaten me before, you never will. Okay then, and they both just sort of walked off, and I'm like, okay, that's a bit random. Why? Why was that a thing for? That's really weird. Um, let's have a look. Are you going, Smoky Fontaine? Are you going to SummerSlam? No, dude. Unfortunately, yeah, I live in Leeds in England and cannot afford tickets to the biggest party in the summer. Unfortunately, what I am going to do is go out with a couple of my mates and watch it in Leeds live. So night one, I think we night one I'm going to watch at home on Netflix, and then night two, me and a few of the boys are hoping to go to the Boozer and watch it. So I'm going to do live reaction from from night one, and then night two. Let me put it this way: the live reaction to night two, because we're going. Me and the lads are going out at 10 o'clock, and it doesn't stop in the Boozer till 4:30 in the morning, whatever. The reaction to night two could be very interesting, basically. So yeah, it might not be the best coherent wrap up in at the end. To be fair, in tick when Randy Orton became double champion, as in you didn't like the double championship. Are you on about IPO? Are you on about the bit um where he beat Cena for the two belts? I guess is what you're on about. I Yeah, that period of WWE, I did not care for at all. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, mate, I didn't start rewatching WWE properly because I watch it every single week now. I didn't start rewatching it till about 18 months ago, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. Because like the older wrestling fans who are watching this now, that some of them might agree with, some of them might won't, possibly won't. But when Austin and The Rock left WWE, so Austin left in, when was it now? '02, possibly, and then he came back for a bit for sporadic appearances. The Rock left to do his Hollywood movie career, which has actually gone pretty okay from what I'm given to understand. Um, yeah, he left in '03, and basically after that, I, I don't want to be rude, but I suppose this is going to come across as quite rude. Basically, WWE was crap for about 15 years. Like, it was really, really, really bad. I know there's a generation underneath me that love the ruthless aggression era, and I do get that because obviously you had Batista, you had Ray, you had Eddie, God rest his soul, Cena, Edge, um, all that. But I mean, like I said, I started watching it in the mid '90s properly when Austin and Bill Goldberg and Sting and obviously NWO, Nash, Rock, Mick Foley, um, yeah, Chris Jericho, all them people. Um, I mean, it just, yeah, I just thought it was awful, to be honest, for at least 10 years. I watched it sporadically, but yes, mate, Vader, absolutely got what a wrestler he was. Rest in peace, Vader. Um, Yeah, so I've only recently started watching it, and to be fair to WWE, the product has been very good for most of the last 18 months, 2 years. But would WWE be what it is now were it not for the rise of AEW? I know there's a lot of people that don't like AEW. I'm a fan of AEW and WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA. I went to a British wrestling show this weekend, which is on my channel if you want to check it out. By the way, I love all wrestling. I'm not one of these tribal people like, oh, this show's better than the other one. I'm like, I mean, does it matter if you don't want to watch AEW, don't want to watch WWE or TNA or whatever, then just don't watch it. It's not rocket science at the end of the day. So, also for me, after WCW went out of business, the business went to crap, basically. It was just so bad for so many years. So I I get supporting the home team. I don't necessarily get why you would want less wrestling as opposed to more. I just think that's really weird. So yeah, I don't know. It's just my opinion. Um, what are we doing now? Oh, okay, got you. Didn't know this. That's still a good time. Yes, mate. It will be a very. I suspect it'll be a very good time. So, like I said, I'm gonna try and do a live reaction after the show. For YouTube guideline purposes, it might not be the best idea if I do one because uh, me and the boys are going to have quite a few libations that night. So there'll definitely be one for night one if you watch the channel. That'll be on Saturday night about 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that, whenever SummerSlam finishes. I can't guarantee there'll be one on the Sunday because I might not be of the right mental state, shall we say. Yeah, Ipo, like I said, Vader. Yeah, he was brilliant. Like for a big man, um, his athleticism was outstanding. Like the way he moved, you'd expect a bloke like that. I mean, Bronson Reed moves very well for a big man, but I mean, Vader was doing that 30 years before this. I mean, he was just he was an absolute monster, but he was a bit of a freak. I mean, that moonsault he used to do was absolutely amazing. Um, yeah, no, I was very upset when Leon died. Same name as me, by the way. Um, yeah, the one story I love about Vader was when they went to I think it was Saudi to promote the WWE show, um, 94 or something like that. And you had this Saudi Arabian journalist like taking the mick, basically saying, "Oh, I heard wrestling's fake." And Vader basically nearly choked him out, and the Undertaker sat on the couch, trying to be respectful and stuff. And you could see Taker literally try and check it out. It's on YouTube. Taker's literally seething, but he's keeping it respectful. And like Vader's just literally full goes absolutely mental and starts trying to like have a go at the bloke and choke him out. And he actually got arrested. And you could see like Undertaker as in Mark Calloway literally sinking into the couch like that, basically trying to run off. He actually got arrested. I think that obviously they got him out of jail about a day later or something like that. But yeah, no, it was yeah, it was proper hilarious. So yeah, no, Vader was very good, mate. Very good. Um, so yeah, getting back to Raw after that, Bailey cut a promo, probably one I was expecting probably one I was expecting Bailey to do for a while because obviously they keep referencing this losing streak. Now they tried this with MVP many years ago, where MVP just got beat week after week after week. I mean, I don't think he won a match for 7 8 months or something daft like that. Obviously they're trying to do the same thing with Bailey. I mean, the only thing I can think of, there's two things with Bailey. So I think she turns heel at SummerSlam and helps Bex, and then works a program with Lyra. But I mean, she kind of already works program with her, so I don't really understand what the point is, unless she wants to work with Lyra and teach her more about the business. I don't know. I mean, the only other thing that I could think that they're going to do with Bailey is that they're going to be, well, there's two things. They bring back Hugger Bailey, so like she has the tied back hair and she has the wavy, inflatable, wacky arm tube men from Family Guy, whatever the hell it was, or they turn Bailey heel, but she's a heel hugger. I, other than that, I mean, to be honest, I'm struggling to think of what they can do with Bailey. I mean, I really, really like Bailey. I think she's such a good. I think she's a fantastic wrestler. Fantastic lady. Very, very talented woman, and yeah, she's a credit to the business. But I mean, I don't know at the minute. I don't know at the minute what they can actually do with her. To be completely honest, I mean, I know she's been on about calling it a day. She did an interview with Chris Van Vliet where she was just like, I'm not sure how much longer I've got. 'Cause, I mean, Bailey's only like about 32, 33 or something like that. No, she might be a bit younger than that, I don't know. But whether she wants to go in a backstage role or go and do something else like acting or something like that, maybe that's the plan. I don't know. But I don't know what they're going to do with Bailey, to be honest. It's such a shame because she's so talented. She's such a good wrestler. One thing they do need to do with Bailey is change that bloody music. It's so bad. Like, I don't know if anyone who's watching this at the minute likes the Bailey music. I think it is like Solo Sokoa's music drives me up the wall. Bailey's music is potentially the worst theme music that I have ever heard in my entire life. It's just awful. It really, really is awful. So, yeah, there needs to do something there quickly. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. Yeah, so after that, we had the LWO against Balor and JD McDonough. Fine, it was okay. I don't want to be really harsh, but I'm not a fan of the LWO, to be honest, at all. I mean, they're very, very talented lads, don't get me wrong, and they can obviously go, and they're very good wrestlers. There's just nothing to them. Like, I, I know every wrestler can't have. Oh, thanks, Brent. Yeah, I know every wrestler can't have like a gimmick, and everyone can't be the top of the card. But the LWO, I mean, I've been watching them with the greatest respect now for a year, and it's like, what am I watching? What are they meant to be doing? It's just, I don't know. I just don't find them particularly entertaining. Obviously they're very, very talented lads in that group, and I mean it is WWE's fault. At the end of the day, it's the writers' fault. They have to write something compelling for all these lads to do and the lasses to do. But I just don't find them entertaining, to be honest, at all. You had bloody Ludwig Kaiser. Sorry, what's his name? El Grande Americano, which that's also like getting on my nerves a little bit now. It's like, can we please stop with that? Yeah. And then you had another luchador that came in and pushed one of the LWO lads off the top of the ring, and then JD, I think it was JD that got the pin. I'm assuming the other luchador is Chad Gable. Where that goes from here, I don't know. I mean, what are we doing? Have we got a stable with Ivy Nile, the Creed brothers, Ludwig and Chad Gable? Is that what we're going for? Because if it is, I don't see the. I think Ludwig Kaiser is potential IC champion. I'm really high on Kaiser. I think he's really, really good, and he was going really, really well up until about Christmas, January, or something like that, and then he just went on TV for ages, and I don't want to speculate, but it maybe not January, but like there was that segment with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte where it got proper like, is this kayfabe, is this non-kayfabe? Because they were cutting it a bit close to the bone, and like when Charlotte said that, why is Kaiser in my DMs? Because obviously Tiffy Stratton and Ludwig Kaiser are boyfriend and girlfriend, basically partners. It seemed to be in and around that time Kaiser got featured less. I'm hoping it has nothing to do with that. But if you look at when Kaiser was doing really, really well, and then after that comment that was made, he's just gone. Like I said, I hope that isn't the reason, but I've been watching WWE since '89, and they do have a bit of habit of being petty. But quite what they punish Kaiser for a comment that someone else has made, I mean, I don't know. I've got no idea. I mean, hopefully that's not the case, but yeah. So that was a thing. Then you had Gunther and CM Punk. So they had like a promo battle basically. So Gunther comes out, all like cocky walking basically, basically saying this man is not the best in the world. I thought he was a promo artist, blah 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 blah, and then basically, as usual, Punk just smokes him on the microphone. Um, he was basically saying, I don't want to be the champion. I need to be the champion." And then he listed off like all like basically saying the people that he'd beat and everything, and that Gunther was like nowhere near to his sort of record. I love CM Punk, but it's kind of like you haven't got as good a record as me, and it's like, yeah, but Gunther's like 32, 33, you're 45, so obviously, of course, he's not going to have as good a record as yours. Um, yeah, it was like the rest of Monday Night Raw. It was a fine promo from CM Punk, but it was just, I mean, I think the problem with Punk that he has now is everyone's expecting a pipe bomb every single time, and you can't be asking the fella to do a pipe bomb every single time he comes out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love CM Punk, and most of his promos are absolute fire, but at the end of the day, he can't do a pipe bomb every single time he comes. That's just not realistic at the end of the day. Excuse me. I loved what he did against John Cena the other day. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but when he wore the backwards hat and was like came out to Cena's old theme, I really really enjoyed that. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, Punk versus Gunther at SummerSlam. Oh, anyone that's watching, by the way, and subscribers, I'm going to be on hopefully tomorrow to do a live SummerSlam preview, because I've been waiting to see who's won all the matches and everything. So hopefully I'll be doing that tomorrow. I'm aiming for about 2 o'clock, but it might be a bit later than that. I need to see what I'm doing tomorrow. But yeah, just keep an eye on the channel for that. Gunther versus Punk. I really want CM Punk to be the world champion again. I can't see him being Gunther. Like, look, my theory is that CM Punk wins that belt at WrestleMania next year just to make it more special. My random prediction is he beats heel Cody Rhodes. I might be wrong. I don't know. Or Braun Breaker, one of the two. Like, I can't see it being any two people other than that he has the belt against. Maybe Seth cashes in on him if he's fit, just to continue their feud. I don't know, but I just cannot see Punk winning that belt on Saturday night. Speaking of which, so WWE, they then released the SummerSlam program. So it is, let me go my trusty notebook. Saturday night, Gunther versus Punk, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte versus the Judgment Day, Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul and Drew, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Breakker. And then on the Sunday, you've got Naomi, Rhea, and Io. Then you've got Solo, Jacob Fatu, Bex versus Lyra, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. There's the random tag team TLC match, which might actually be quite hilarious, to be honest. And then Cena versus Cody Rhodes, which Cody Rhodes will lose because of interference from Brock Lesnar. Yeah, is it here first? And yeah, after that, String Gamer, mic on please. Unfortunately, dude, I haven't actually got a mic at the minute because my mic is upstairs and half the family are asleep, so I can't go upstairs and wake them all up, basically. I know it's a really stupid reason, but I do apologise. My name is Vatake. Hi Vatake, you alright? Yeah, sorry, I can't get my mic upstairs, dude, because like everyone's asleep upstairs, so I apologise. And just to end the show, it was Jey Uso and tell me my name. Your name is Vatake. Just to end the show, it was Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed. Meh, it was all right. Bron Breakker comes out, attacks Jey Uso. Roman obviously then comes out, um, tries to fight back, and then Bron delivers this ridiculously good spear onto Roman. Um, both of them get tsunami'd by Bronson, and then it was quite a cool spot actually because Bron Breakker did the bit where he runs around the ring and does the spear. He did that to Roman Reigns and Jey Uso at the same time, and like one of the lads said earlier in the stream, um, it, Bronson Reed then stole Roman Reigns' shoes. I mean, it kind of summed up Raw tonight. To be honest, it's like, why is Bro stealing the man's shoes? I honestly did not understand that. It was so weird. It was really really odd. But yeah, fair play to Bronson. He looked quite good night, to be fair. Bron Breakker's star. I mean, they need to put the belt on him basically as quickly as possible. Um, you could make an argument if you wanted to make someone. I mean, obviously, it looks like Cody Rhodes and Cena will be seen as last ever match. If they did want to build someone, you could make an argument that Bron Breakker needs to be the last match against John Cena. I mean, he's that good. He's obvious. I mean, they keep saying he's going to be the future of the company. He is going to be the future of the company. I really want Bron Breakker versus Jacob Fatu as well as quickly as possible. But I'd love that to be a main event for WrestleMania next year, but we'll have to wait and see. Um, yeah, and that's basically it from Raw, folks. It just, like I said, it was the last few weeks of Raw. It's been okay, but it's just that it's just meh. It's okay. It's fine. I mean, hopefully SummerSlam will be really good. Like I said, I'm covering both nights, so just keep an eye on the channel on Saturday and Sunday. There was this really weird bit where Michael Cole called Bronson Reed Ozzilla, as in Australian Godzilla, and you kind of like, yeah, that's really funny, Michael. Nice one, dude. Yeah, so yeah, no, but to sum up, basically, Monday Night Raw was okay, but it was just okay. Like, I had a good time watching it, but I had more of a good time, like, interacting with Denise Salcedo and her channel, if I'm being completely honest. So, yeah, that's about it from me, folks. Just a few quick things before I go. So, um, wrestling wise, the rest of the week, I will be hopefully on tomorrow doing a live SummerSlam preview about 2, 3 o'clock UK time, hopefully. If not, it might be the next day. I'm not totally sure what's going to happen with that, but there'll be an alert on my channel. Um, Thursday morning UK time, about 8 ish, I'll be doing a live recap of AEW Dynamite. For any AEW fans, I mean, like I said, I watch both companies, so whatever. Um, SmackDown, I'll do a bit of a vlog for on Saturday afternoon, hopefully, and then I'll be watching SummerSlam on Saturday, and I should be out in Leeds live for SummerSlam on Sunday. But I need to get in contact with the rest of the boys and find out what's coming. So, showing. Yeah. Yeah, folks. I had to say this earlier, and like, I don't mind because, to quote Captain America, I can do this all day. Um, Stupid and abusive comments. I get it's the whole culture wars and stuff, and that's all good and fine, wonderful. Not on my channel, so I'm not interested. Um, any stupid rubbish, you will be hidden and you will be blocked. and possibly reported. It's as simple as that. So whoever that was, jog on. Simple as that. Yeah, so like I said, anyway, I'll be covering both nights of SummerSlam, and then hilariously, this here, Liverpool. I'm actually going to Liverpool's pre-season game against Athletic Bilbao. Not this, obviously not Monday that's just gone, but next Monday. So basically, I'll be watching night two of SummerSlam, having probably all of about 2 hours sleep. Then I'll be getting back up to get on a train to go to Liverpool to watch the match, and there'll be loads of like Liverpool content. I'll be doing a stadium tour, which I'm going to do live on the channel, and then there'll be match vlogs and shorts and so on and so forth. If you're not a football fan, just ignore this, by the way. Excuse me. That summed up Monday Night Raw, actually. Yeah, so there'll be loads of content coming from Liverpool next Monday and Tuesday and probably Friday, give or take. In terms of going back to pro wrestling very quickly, I've just been to Rev Pro, Revolution Pro Wrestling in England. So there is a vlog and loads of shorts of all the matches and everything. There's a travel vlog coming out on Friday. If any of you are British wrestling fans, all the shorts are doing really well. We could do the video numbers up a bit. So if anyone wants to watch that, that'd be cool. That'd be much appreciated. And just to finish off with the wrestling, I'm going to be going to AEW Forbidden Door, not in about a month's time, so the bank holiday, so about the 24th of August, I think it is. So there'll be vlogs and shorts, and there'll be live reaction from the O2 Arena. And then 3 days later, I will be going to watch WWE in Leeds, which is where I'm from. Going along with the missus and the young lad. So there'll be vlogs, shorts, there'll be live videos. Hopefully there'll be some live reaction afterwards. I'm hoping I can maybe see some of the wrestlers as well, possibly in Leeds. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, all that good wrestling stuff's coming on the channel, basically. Yeah, thanks for interacting, folks. Pretty cool as usual. Like I said, I'll be back for a SummerSlam preview in the next, hopefully tomorrow. If not, it might be the day after, maybe the day after that. But there'll definitely be a SummerSlam preview live before the weekend. But I will let you know as soon as I can do about that. I just need to figure some things out this week. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Monday Night Raw was okay. Cool. Nice one. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, folks, and I'll see you for another wrestling thing, hopefully tomorrow, probably about 2 or 3 o'clock. Right, bye-bye, everyone. See you later.